Hey guys, welcome back to the page. If you're new here, my name is Sarah. I'm a Christian life coach and content creator, and I run this channel with my husband Adam. And for today, well, first of all, I just wanted to say that we are in a heat wave right now in Vancouver, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are experiencing heat waves as well. But for Vancouver, that's usually not normal, I don't think, to have heat waves. Then again, I've only been here for a year and a half, so I don't really know. But I have, I thought someone was watching me through the window over there. I have literally 2 fans aimed on me right now, so maybe I'll turn it up a little bit. It was like blowing my hair. Like, I had it on full blast before and my hair was like literally blowing all the way this way. But anyways. Okay, so, and as you guys could see, okay, it's fine. We're just gonna let the hair just move. Okay. So as you guys could see, Adam put out his own video last week, and I think that's so fun because now he can just jump on here, make his own videos, edit his own videos. And so we were working on that together last week, so now he's got it nailed. He knows how to edit it all, and it's perfect. So very exciting. So I'm like so distracted right now. So for this video for today, I wanted to share with you guys a message on on peace and on joy, and on that resulting in hope. So I actually took notes this time. Adam encouraged me to put some bullet points of my notes because generally I just like jump on here and I wing like every single video. Well, I wouldn't say I wing it. I allow the Holy Spirit to lead me, but at the same time I know preparation can also be helpful as well. So the first thing that I want to share with you guys, like, let me see my notes here. So the first thing that I wanted to share with you guys is this dream that I had that I feel is from the Lord, and I feel that I got a dream interpretation of it. And as you guys know, I've been super into dream interpretation lately because I've been reading the book, The Divinity Code, which has been super cool. So, basically, I had a dream. There's different parts of it, but the main part of this dream was that I was in a grocery store and I was putting fruits onto the shelf, multiple shelves. I was organizing different fruits. And then there were these 2 fruits, well, they were bananas. There was these 2 bananas, and they were really ripe. They were super ripe. They had like brown spots on them, so I was like, these need to be eaten like ASAP, like these are ready to go. And so I took these 2 bananas and they were like on the shelf in front of me, and I placed them there. But then I got worried and I was like, because they're really ripe, I don't know, it's a dream, but I was like, the bear might smell them and come and take the bananas because he could smell that they're ready. And so I had a vision in the dream of like this bear, like he wasn't actually there, but I saw like a black bear standing there, and he didn't look like aggressive or mean or anything, but I was like, he could take these, like he would want these bananas, so I have to be careful. But in the dream, the bear in a way also represented Adam and also represented my roommate. So that was the end of the dream, and I could tell that it was significant. And just a tip for you guys as well, like if you're like, oh, I have so many dreams and I don't know what one is significant, usually for me, I will remember the dream when I wake up, or it'll come to me at least one more time throughout the day. I know that it is also important when you wake up to just write down your dreams. Just want to make sure I'm still recording. Yes. I know, excuse me, my hair is just like flipping up from this fan. Hold on, I'm also going to see if I can get it a bit cooler because like my face is sweating right now. All right. I have a lot going on today, and I'm leaving to go on a trip to Toronto, so I'm like everywhere right now. Okay, so the bananas. Okay, anyways, so yes, with the dream, so that was just a little tip when it comes to dreams, is usually will come back to you throughout the day. So, what I felt the dream interpretation was, well, first of all, I was thinking, all right, like fruits of the spirit, definitely. And because there was 2 bananas, I talked to someone about this as well who does dream interpretation, and she was also confirming that it was possibly 2 different areas of my life, or the fact that there was 2, they represented 2 different things. And then I also know that the bear represents the enemy in a dream as well, generally. But I also know that like Adam is not the enemy, so I was like, well, why would it would he be connected with the enemy in that way? The other thing is that the reason why I also felt like the roommate and Adam were also kind of like the same person was because at the time Adam was sleeping on the couch for a long time. Well, not a long time, maybe like a month or something like that, because of how hot it's been in our apartment, and he just has been having bad sleep, so he was sleeping on the couch. And so because that went on for a long time, it started to make me feel like he was my roommate in a way, because at nighttime we like went to our own rooms, and that was just weird for me for a while. Now we got our fans. We have these 2 fans, so now it's a lot better in our room. But anyway, so at the time I was really feeling like he was like my roommate or something, like emotionally, and just in that regard. But then during the day, like everything's fine. And then anyway, so basically the interpretation, I'll just cut to the point, is that the interpretation was that I felt like the 2 bananas represented joy and peace. And I was asking the Lord to confirm to me if these 2 bananas represent joy and peace. And then I think a little bit after, like literally a few minutes after I was praying that, because I was praying in bed, and then Adam came to say goodnight to me because he has to go on the couch. And so he came over to pray for me before bed, and he was praying over me, and I had just asked the Lord, can you confirm that it was joy and peace? And then Adam specifically asked the Lord to give me joy and peace. Like, I remember he was praying and he like paused. He was like, joy. And then in my head, I'm like, is he going to say peace? And he's like, and peace. And so I just felt like really that it was confirmed to me that that's what these bananas represented. And so for me, what I felt the interpretation is that because of what Adam has been going through for the past several months, and also, of course, I'm going through it as well with him, even though he's been doing a lot better. But I think it was so heavy on me that I was like, I'm afraid to have peace, and I'm afraid to have joy, because of how the enemy will try to come in through the situation with Adam and like snatch the joy and peace that's happening in our home. But also I was afraid to have joy and peace because I felt guilty about it, because I didn't want to make Adam sad, or like, it's just hard when someone's going through something. You don't want to be happy yourself, because it's hard when you're seeing someone suffering and then you're being happy. So I think it was a mixture of I didn't want to be happy. I didn't want to allow myself to be happy because I felt bad. I felt guilty. I was afraid to be happy because I was afraid that any moment it could just be stolen from me. I think that was one of the biggest things, was that because of what was going on with Adam, it would be like one day he'd be okay and the next day he wouldn't be. And so it would be very unpredictable, and I wouldn't know, like, is our joy and peace going to be stolen today? And so I didn't really want to allow myself to feel that. And so once I felt like I got that interpretation, I think that was like on a Friday night, and then I think by Sunday I was like, you know what, like, what can I do about it? I'm like, well, I can just allow myself to have joy and have peace again, because naturally I do have those things, especially joy. Like, I am a very happy person, even though I come across as like very serious, but it's not because I'm not happy. I'm just a little bit stoic sometimes. But I am like naturally a very like happy person. And so I was like, you know what, on the Sunday, I'm like, I'm just going to allow myself to have joy and have peace again. And so that night I ordered groceries on Instacart. And so I ordered the groceries. I ordered my groceries as usual. I ordered one bunch of bananas, as I usually do. And then in the morning, so that morning, I think even Sunday, Adam had a really good day, but then I think on Monday, he had a really great day as well. We just like woke up and it was good, and there was joy and there was peace in our home. And Instacart came right in the morning, and he brought all of our stuff, and there was like a mistake with the order, and I double checked the order after, and I put in one bunch of bananas, but he literally, this shopper who shopped for us, literally brought us, I think it was eight huge bunches of bananas, and it was like bags full of bananas that were delivered to us. And I was like, oh my gosh, like what the heck? Like every bag I opened, I'm like, more bananas. And we just, obviously we were like, what? And we thought it was funny, but we're like, did we get charged for these? We looked, we didn't. It was not on the order or anything like that. So then we're like, well, we have so many, and they were like, they weren't ripe yet, but we were like, they're going to go bad, obviously. So we're like, what can we do? So we had a bunch for ourselves that we kept, that we would just have throughout the week. We took 1 or 2 bunches and we cut them up and we like froze them in the freezer to use them for smoothies. So we're like, we'll save them for later. And then we're like, we can give some to our neighbors on like the same floor as us. So we gave like a bunch to our neighbors. And then, oh wait, now that I think about it, it wasn't a Monday, it was a Sunday because we went to church that day. Wait, did we? Yes. No, hold on, let me just think. Okay, anyways, it might have been the Sunday actually, that it could have come in the morning on the Sunday now that I'm thinking about it, because that night we brought the bananas to a church event, which was on a Sunday. So anyways, we brought this bunch of bananas to this church event that was happening in the evening, and we brought them there as well. And so it wasn't until like a couple days later that I really, like, I wasn't thinking about the bananas, but I think a couple days later I was like, wow, that was actually so prophetic of like the Lord giving that interpretation to me, and then me acting on it and being like, you know what, I am going to practice being joyful and having peace, even though I have fear that the enemy will just come and steal it at any moment, or even though I have guilt and fear and all these things. I mean, it's all fear, right? So yeah, I just thought it was so prophetic and cool that it's like we received all of these bananas that were delivered to our home, representing joy and peace, and we had an overflow of it. It was an abundance of it, and it was unexpected, and it was free, and we not only got to enjoy it for ourselves, we got to store it up for later. We got to give it to our neighbors and bless other people. We got to give it to a church, and so yeah, I thought that was really cool. Where is it going with this? Let me check my notes. Yeah, so that was really the biggest thing. And so then I was listening to a podcast episode, I think like a week later, so this would have just been like a few days ago, maybe 5 days ago, I'm not really sure. And it was a podcast episode with Sadie Robertson Huff, I believe, and Lisa Bevere. And it was such a good podcast episode. Like, it was honestly so amazing. She said so many things in there that I was like, absolutely, yes, this is so good. And so one of the things that she said is something along the lines of like, what she wished she had done differently in her marriage was like, give it more, like give herself more in her marriage, or like give it her all, or like allow herself to like love her husband fully, or something along those lines. Because for the first 8 years or something like that, she didn't. And I don't know what she said in there, but it really resonated with me feeling like, oh, I'm afraid to give my all in my marriage at points, because you know when you're afraid that if you're happy that it's going to be stolen from you. I think because there has been so much warfare and so much struggle that Adam had been going through in our marriage, that it almost made it easier, because I could kind of feel like, all right, like I don't have to give all of my emotions and joy and peace to him, because he's kind of doing, like, I'm helping him, but he's kind of like, he's not there right now. You know what I mean? Like, I just felt like he wasn't present. He was like absent emotionally in those times, because of course when you're struggling with those things. And so it kind of gave me a way out of having to like give my full heart. And I think now that he's been experiencing so much joy and so much peace, and we've been going out and doing like so many fun things together, I've had like a fear come over me of like, oh, be careful, like you don't want to enjoy too much just in case, because it could be stolen from you again. And so there's a scripture that I wanted to read, and then I'm going to tie this message up, but it is Romans 15 verses 13, and it says, may the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, so that by the power of the Holy Spirit you may abound in hope. And that message, or that scripture for me, was just kind of solidifying that when you have peace and when you have joy, when you allow yourself to have those things, you have hope. You have hope for the future. You have hope for your marriage. You can hope in things. I mean, the main thing we hope in is Jesus Christ. But it just made me think of like how many people feel that way, where we're afraid to allow ourselves to enjoy things. We're afraid to be peaceful. We're afraid to have joy. We're afraid to have blank, whatever it is, because we think, well, if I'm happy, maybe it's going to be stolen from me. Or maybe just in the moment when I let my guard down, that a thief, like a bear, the enemy, is going to come and he's going to steal it from me. He's going to steal the 2 bananas that I have of joy and peace. And I just really was realizing like the Lord doesn't want us to live that way. I know he doesn't want me to live that way, because that's just operating out of fear. We're just feeling we're playing it safe. Like, we're playing it safe and guarding ourselves and protecting ourselves because we're afraid if we're too happy that we're going to get hurt, or if we put our hope in, I don't know, like we're going to be disappointed. And I know that the Lord doesn't want us to live that way. I know that He wants us to fully give our hearts, fully give ourselves. And that doesn't mean we don't use wisdom, because obviously, like, I know that when you're in a relationship before you're married, you have to be wise with like giving your whole heart over because you're not married yet, and different things like that. And again, we have to be like wise as serpents and gentle, harmless, gentle as doves, I believe. And so I know that, you have to be wise in everything, but I think that the Lord, like, He loves us radically. And there's this song and this message by what's it called? Oh my gosh, it's by Cory Asbury. I'm not sure how to say his name, but it's a song that he talks about Jesus coming back for the one. And I feel like I could probably find it in here, Reckless Love. I think I even just said reckless. So Reckless Love, and there's a live version of it by Cory Asbury. I don't know if I'm saying his name correctly, but anyways, me and Adam love that song, and he shares a message in it, and he says, like, even though he's been rejected time and time and time again from so many of us, he gives his heart over and over and over and over and over again. I should probably just find the part in the song, but I'm not sure exactly where it is. I'll just link it below. That's what I'll do. I'll link it below. And I just thought that's how Jesus wants us to love as well, to love fully with our full hearts. And it sounds bad to say in a reckless way, but it's reckless, not in a, what I'm trying to say? I think you know what I'm trying to say. So let me see if that was my message for the day. Let's just take a little look at the notes. Yeah, I don't see anything else in here that I wanted to add. Let's see what time we're at. All right, we're at 17 minutes. So yeah, that was my message for the day. So however that resonates with you, I just encourage you to, if this message is for you, because not every message is for all of us every single time, but I pray that if you're here and you're watching this video, if this message is for you, that the Lord will reveal to you an area that maybe you're withholding, or an area that you feel afraid, and that He will just eradicate all fear and guilt, or any of those things that are based in fear, and that you'll be able to fully love and fully receive love and fully just enjoy life, like enjoy the mundane things in life. So that's my message for the day, for today. And is that all I'm going to say for today? Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to say. So little announcements at the end is that if you guys feel led to support us and become a Patreon, I'll put the links below to that. Adam has been posting really, really beautiful blog posts on the Patreon, and it's just awesome, and they're really encouraging. So I definitely encourage you guys to check that out. And then if you're interested in becoming a Christian life coach, or if you're interested in becoming a Christian life coach, then enrollment is going to be opening in September for NowBloom Academy. I'll have all the links below. And I think that's it for now. Yeah, thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you guys for giving this video a thumbs up, and for subscribing to our channel, and for commenting, and for sharing, and all these different things. We really, really appreciate it. Sorry I was a little bit all over the place today, but my mind is like a little bit scattered, because later I'm going to record a podcast episode, and then I have a doctor's appointment, and then I have to go and help my neighbor with something, and then the next day I'm packing, and I have a bunch of stuff going on. So it's a lot happening. And Adam was so nice to set up the camera for me, and set up the angle and everything. Actually, I fixed the angle, but anyways. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!